Hello, I'm Mrs. Browning from Penny Browning, and I've been delighted to get to know your children in the last couple of weeks at Lorne in Primary 3B. So I'm going to be their teacher for this year, as you know, and I'm going to explain some of the things that we're going to be doing this year and just take you on a little tour of our classroom.
These are our school values. We're focusing on respect this term. We encourage the children to develop in these 4 capacities. I'm a great believer in developing a growth mindset in our children so that they keep trying and they believe that they can do things. I really like this poster. It shows how we meet the needs of everybody by being equitable rather than equal. I talk with the children about how everybody has different needs and we aim to meet everybody's needs. We sit next to somebody new each week and it's selected by random, so we have a different talk partner every week. We talk a lot about what we need to do to help each other and support each other and to receive help and support from each other. And the children are reminded of who their talk partner is for the week. Also, at the beginning of the day, we check in and children move their peg from the red ribbon. They choose to show how they're feeling, so that I have an indication of whether they're feeling happy or angry, or maybe frustrated or a little bit silly, or feeling a bit blue or a bit sad. And we've talked about what all of these feelings are. We're doing a lot of work about how to work well together, how to support each other if I'm busy working with a group. We encourage the children to use the talking tree to let us know that they'd like to tell us maybe something exciting, or if they've got a problem that they'd like Miss VR, our PSA, or myself to help them sort out. We've got the children's names up on our birthday train. It would be really helpful if you could name your child's jumper because lots of them look the same. That would be really helpful, thank you. These are our school rules: ready, respectful, safe. We encourage the children to do whole body listening. We asked the children what their expectations were for boys and girls to do to keep our school rules and for what they expected the adults to do as well. We involved children in choosing which of the rights of the child they felt were most relevant to us in our Primary 3B bubble. They looked at them, discussed them and voted on them, and we have 6 rights that are going to form our charter.
Children who make good choices, especially those choices we're targeting, go on the WOW wall.
Our changing tables each week are named by shape and they collect points by following instructions to try to win the trophy. When the whole class is making a good choice, they get a class marble. They're working towards 50 class marbles for some extra playtime. We encourage children to talk things over together to try and resolve any issues. At the moment, our timetable prioritises literacy, numeracy and health and wellbeing. Each day we have a timetable, a visual timetable that we follow, and the children are part of seeing what's happening at each stage of the day. What is on the black square is what's happening now. When we've done it, we remove that card, we put it into the finished pocket, and then we move the next task along so that we can see what is happening next. It's important for the children to understand what they're learning and what they need to do to be successful. So we share this. In many tasks, the children have a choice as to which level they're choosing to work at. We use this assessment toolkit consistently across the school. We notice and point out the skills that we're developing, skills for learning, for work and for life. As I said, literacy, numeracy and health and wellbeing are our priority at the moment, but we have other curricular areas as well that we're still focusing on, like our Mad About topic recently.
Our next topic for this block is communication.
So literacy in English. In reading, we'll be working on Read Write Ink. The books won't come home yet because of the COVID regulations, but we'll be doing it in class most days. Our book detective work includes children being illustrators and predictors, and we also encourage them to connect the ideas in the story with things that they know about from their own lives or in other stories. As we can't really have the children handling books at the moment, we've got to focus on picture books and reading the story from the pictures, which is really revealing, and the children are able to access this on the interactive whiteboard. This is our literacy wall with our read, write, ink, words and sounds. You can see our bookcase is bare. It's so sad we can't use books. We're hoping to be able to look at books online at home as well, so watch this space. We're still listening to stories though, and we're learning lots of new vocabulary. The boys and girls here are doing some of their reading detective work. I think they were being illustrators. As you may realise, Mrs. Bodoni covers the class on a Monday morning until 11:40, and in this time she focuses on writing. The children have been looking at grammar, but also using storytelling as a basis for their writing. In numeracy and maths, we use number talks for our mental maths, and we use our Chili Challenge within that so that it's aimed at different levels of challenge for our learners. Our numeracy is taught through SEAL, which stands for the Stages of Early Arithmetic Learning, and again the children are grouped for that, so it's meeting their individual needs. Also we're looking at maths. We look at that more on a whole class basis, although again the children have a Chili Challenge so they can choose the right level for them. We've most recently been looking at shape. You may have seen on Twitter some of our cubes that we made using nets. In health and wellbeing, we're not able to do gym indoors, or at least not anything that is leading to a sweat, so we are doing as much as we can outdoors. So please send in a coat every day. In the whole school building resilience programme this block or this term, we're looking at Take a Moment, which is really relevant at this point in time with dealing with everything being different through coronavirus. We've been focusing on emotions and understanding our emotions and knowing that it's okay to have lots of different emotions. We've been recognising what they might look like and how we might feel. We're also focusing this term on friendship and what makes a good friend. As well as our outdoor learning as a class, we're lucky enough to have Lee Goodfellow, who is the Active Schools Coordinator, coming to work with our class once a fortnight for a whole morning, leading up till October, and then he'll come back again in the third term of the year. And that's to really make sure that children are being as active as they can be. Communication between parents and carers and us at school is really, really important for your children's well-being, but also for their learning. And there are lots of different ways that we can communicate with you and you can communicate with us. Obviously our school website, you can sign up to, or in fact I think you will automatically get texts sent from school. There's information on the City of Edinburgh Council website. We use Twitter, and you are welcome to email me if you've got any concerns. My email address is penelope.browning@lorne.edin.sch.uk. Microsoft Teams is a really effective tool for encouraging learning and teaching at home, but also working with you. And obviously we'll have some home learning whilst the children are working in school. Hopefully we won't go back into lockdown, but if we do, it's really good if we can get the children using Teams as effectively as they possibly can. And I would encourage you to support them with this. You can download the Teams app for free, and we've already started using our new P3B channel. Some of the children have been very excited at being able to put an emoji on to show that they've read the messages that I've sent. It'd be great to have everybody able to access that. If you need support with this, just let me know. As the year progresses, we will use Some Dog more as some of our home learning tasks. Your child's safety is very important to us. You're already familiar with arrival times and home times, and the fact that on a Friday we come out in Jameson Place, not on Lorne Street. Break time and lunchtime, the children are in the primary 3B bubble with Miss VR, who's our PSA, pupil support assistant, and she takes them out into the playground. They just play as a class, they don't mix with the other classes. That's the same after they've eaten their lunch, but they eat their lunch in the classroom. We use hand sanitizers frequently, and we wash our hands very regularly as well. The children are getting really good at doing this effectively, but quite quickly. Around the school, we've got arrows so that we operate a one-way system, and again, the children have become very familiar with this, just like they are with the hand washing. Each child has a pack so that they use their resources, and they keep the resources to themselves, they don't share them. And our first aid kit, as it always is kept in this red bag and is taken everywhere with the children. We encourage children to bring water to school instead of juice. Thank you. The children are aware that things are different. These are their ideas about how the coronavirus has affected life in school, but it's just so lovely to be back in school. I really look forward to working with you, albeit remotely at times, during this year.